Hello, everyone, and welcome back. Tonight, we're going to talk about my top 10 movies of all time in no particular order. And I want to hear about yours right after this. Hello, everyone, and welcome again to the Video Call-In Show. That show, you know how it is. It invites you, yes, you, to be a live video guest on the show at any time. Talk about anything you want to talk about. Could be this topic. I don't know. Could be something you're interested in. Could be just chewing the fat. That you would be doing that with Jim. and, and that would be me. Oddly enough, that would be me. I am your host for about the next hour, and I'm here to listen and learn to and about you. Now, joining is really easy. All you've got to do is use that link right there in the lower third bar. There's another one just like it, except there's no blue. Well, maybe there's no white. I don't know. For you, it'll probably show up as a hyperlink. Use that. That'll get you started with Zoom. You'll download it. This meeting running right here will get you right in, and boom, you'll show up on my board, and I'll bring you up as soon as I'm ready. Feel free to stack up. It doesn't matter if you don't want to download Zoom. Not a problem. We've got you covered. You can actually just visit zoom.us. Click on Join a Meeting, and then put that meeting number in there. Same thing applies. You'll pop up. Try to use headphones if you would. It makes it better. If this is the sort of content, if you've been watching these videos, if this is the sort of content that trips your trigger, by all means, smack that subscribe button and ring that bell, because we're on every night, 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'm even thinking about expanding that, so stay tuned. Hello, everyone. Who do we have with us so far? Tim Yance, I just learned that he's out of power. Tim, take care of yourself, man. You and yours, man. I meant that. Also, Wisco's here. How you doing, Jared? Drone Kings Darwin, he's here as well. How are you, Brad? And we've got Susan Hamilton. How are you, Susan? Wow, that was fast. Oh, look who it is. You're not even going to let me get to the subject matter, but that's okay. Hang on just a minute here. You want me to go ahead with it? Okay. Let me hide myself view. All righty. That'll work. Okay. So who else do we have here? We've got Outdoorsy Gal. How you doing, Chrissy? Val's Review. Good to see you as well. Hey, Sharnie's here. That Crohn's chick. Welcome to the show, hon. Welcome to the show. Good to see you as well. Tony's Reviews. How you doing, buddy? Love the ShamWow. I finally got to watch it. Finally, after all this time, I got to watch the ShamWow video. It was awesome, dude. Who else do we have? We've got M Vidica. Oh, that's much. Oh, really? Flash in your pan. Ed's here. How you doing? Okay, let's get right to this because we've already got a guest. And guys, like I said, you can stack up. It doesn't matter. We'll take you one at a time. I like to have about 2 to 4 guests in per hour show. It's all up to you. So, Chills TV, showing the love back, my friend, showing the love back. If you guys have any questions during my monologue or during the show at all, feel free to chat it up, and of course tag me so I can see it, because that red really pops out, and when I'm talking to someone, it's really hard to follow all the chat. So having said that, let me get really fast to my top 10 movies. Now, I want you to understand that this is subjective, and not only that, it is I based it on, because I love so many movies. I'm a huge movie watcher. But it's also based on those movies that, and you guys can all relate, those movies that you just, as soon as you see it, you'll watch the whole thing. I mean, it's just a foregone conclusion. You'll watch the whole thing. And it's a good thing that my first guest is here, because they've got an inside track on exactly what I'm talking about. All right. So in no particular order, let me just run through these real fast. Now, no list is complete without Star Wars. I call it the first episode. It's not the first episode, but this is the episode that came out first. This is the one I saw in the theaters, first run, and fell in love with, as did most of America. Like I said, there is no list complete. No movie list complete without that one in particular. And again, these are not in any particular order. Going from kind of a drama science fiction, we're going to go into complete drama science fiction. But this movie just captivated me from the moment it came out. And I don't know if it was the 70s or what, but it just did. And that would be Pink Floyd The Wall. I just love that movie with its imagery and and it's not for kids, so I see you looking over there. Um, and it's messages and actually the underlying storyline to that is just had me as soon as it came out. Let's see what we should go. Let's go with a horror, and this is almost an honorable mention, but I think it bears it means something to me because I saw this in the theater when actually in the drive-in. My father took me into the drive-in to see this movie, and I was very young, and I guess it was just out of the theaters because that's usually how drive-ins worked back then. Most of the time they showed them in theaters, and then they would show them in the drive-in, or if they were big, then they would show them. And I don't remember if this was first run or not. I was much too young, but that is Night of the Living Dead. Just a fascinating movie, really based on it's groundbreak, right? Because everyone freaked out at the time when they saw it because we're talking about mid 60s and they just, or maybe 68. They absolutely freaked out. Yeah, it was 68. Freaked out when this movie came out. And, and it scared the bejeebus out of me. But of course, I've watched it over the years and I really fell in love with the storyline, the cinematography, and all that. Let's see. Let's move on to a comedy, but it's more of it's got a little bit of drama in it, but it's more of a comedy, and that would be The Breakfast Club. Now, The Breakfast Club came out in the 80s and relatively early in the 80s, if memory serves. And I wasn't, that old of a man anyway. I bet it was 84 when it came out. I was just going to the military, as a matter of fact. Yeah. So, but I could identify with a character. I'm not gonna tell you which character, but I could identify with one of the characters in that show. If you guys want to take a stab, chat it, and I'll let you know later on. All right, let's see. Um, now for real dramas and action adventure and drama. I mean this movie is hard to beat. In fact, anytime I do a sound check on a Navy system, some like home theater, this is the movie I go to. You can guess what it is? Saving Private Ryan. That opening scene, not the opening scene, but after the cemetery scene, and they go into the battle, is some of the best audio work I think I've ever heard, and I just love that. You got some funky stuff going on there. And it's one of those that as soon as you see it on nowadays, it's on Sunday afternoons, and I'll just watch the whole thing, even though I know I'm missing quite a bit because it's not the theatrical version. All right, going back to comedies, this one had a huge impact on me, um, because it was right before I went in the military. But but I love this movie, and this is when Bill Murray was at his peak, and it's Stripes. Stripes is a fantastic movie. One of the most what's the not impersonated but quoted, one of the most quoted movies of all time. And I fell in love with it so much so that when one of my local theaters was closing down, it was an indoor theater. They actually ran a whole bunch of movies, and I went there because they were playing Stripes, and I just loved it. All right. I don't know how many I've done thus far. I imagine it's very close to 10 because I think I'm down to I'm gonna do my top three. Um, Now for action adventure, I'm not gonna do that one yet. Let's say for horror, my see, I even forgot Jaws. But anyway, because I saw that first run as well back in like '73, and yeah, I had some friends in the movie business, and but this one in particular was such a shocker for everyone at the time, and that was The Exorcist. One of the most disturbing horror movies without a whole lot of blood and gore. Yeah, there was some blood, and some pea soup, but there wasn't a whole lot of blood and gore. There was a lot of profanity, so you're probably not going to review that one either. But it's such a gripping movie, and a classic of all time. So, and for comedies, I have to choose this one, and these are all movies that you guys are not going to be subjected to for a while. But this one has a great mix of sophomoric humor and a little bit of slapstick, and it's just, if you haven't seen this movie, The Jerk, go see it. Not you, son. I'm talking about because I believe it is R-rated. But that is just one hilarious movie. And you want to talk about a movie that people quote. Well, both of these are, and I have an honorable mention that should have been in the top 10 that I'll get to in a minute. That is arguably the most quoted movie in most circles. Okay, so we've covered horror, we've covered comedy, and now we're going to go with action adventure slash drama, because I don't watch a lot of dramas. I don't care for a lot of dramas. I've seen some that are really good, but one of those movies that has just stuck with me since 1981, to be exact, and that is, this is going to be cool because I bet most of you haven't seen this one, and that is Excalibur. Excalibur, also rated R. Sorry. Excalibur is the story of King Arthur and the wizard Merlin, and this is one of the adaptations. This is John Boorman's adaptation from 1981. It's got a cast you wouldn't believe. Liam Neeson is in this movie, if you can believe it. Helen Mirren is in this movie. Some other guys I can't. Nigel Olsen was, but I can't remember who King Arthur was to save my life. Guinevere went on to big and better things, and I cannot, for the life of me, think of her name either. I beg your pardon, or yes, I beg your forgiveness. Now, a few honorable mentions. This movie here, when I started getting political, this is Mr. Smith Goes to Washington. You can watch this. This is an eye opener for those of you who are young and don't know much about politics, and have rose glasses. You'll find out what it is to be on the inside of politics from at least this point of view, and it's a very good point of view because it's darn realistic. Seriously, it is really realistic. I need to change my badge, aren't I? I forgot what I was wearing, but that is a fantastic movie. On the let's see it. I have two for the comedy ones. First one, okay, I'm not going to show that one tonight. Uh, Finally, another honorable mention that probably should have been in the top 10, and that's going to be Caddyshack. I love that movie. I watched it first run, and again, these are movies that made impact on me when I was younger, and you'll find as you get older, especially my first guest here, you'll find the older you get, the more you'll cling to those movies that came out about the same time that you were growing up, because they did have that impact on you. For some reason, it seems like you have more attention span with those sort of stories, and you'll just you'll have your own group just like this. So, having said that, I don't think I have any more. No, well, I didn't mention Animal House. I didn't mention Jaws. Gosh, there are so many. You wouldn't believe how tough it is to come up with a list of your top 10 movies. It is extraordinary. It was as bad as the albums. I'm a musician. I love everything from dubstep to classical music to hard rock. None of the growl stuff, but deep heavy metal. So you can imagine how tough that was. This was as tough, and I love the Lord of the Rings trilogy, Crone's Chick. I absolutely do, Sharni. Absolutely do. Shout out for Tim Conway. Did he pass away today? I did not see that. Bob Dip says that I need to shout out Tim Conway. Tim, if you did pass away, certainly rest in peace, my friend. I loved his stuff on Carol Burnett. And if you've ever watched Dorf on Golf, you'll be in stitches. It is a hilarious short. You could watch that. All right. So having said all that, let's get to our first guest. I'm going to unmute you. Can you hear me okay?
Yeah,
Oh, awesome. Awesome. And what's your first name?
Kyle.
Kyle, you're Kyle. Okay. Well, I watched your videos, but I not enough to remember which of your brothers you are.
There are three of us now. So
So what did Adam want to do? Crap, my dad makes me watch. So there we go. I did
yep.
the acronym. All right, here we go. So Kyle, how are you this evening?
Good.
I'm glad to see you here tonight. I saw your dad lurking in the background.
Yeah.
And it seems like I just saw him like, what was it, yesterday? Can you
Yeah.
scoot to your left a little bit? Oh, the other way.
Maybe right.
Oh, is it backwards for both of us? There you go. Keep going. Keep going with the camera, or just scoot to the other side there. Oh man, see, they're all telling me
There.
about all these. That's perfect. They're all telling me about all these wonderful movies that you don't think of. Now, Groundhog Day kind of would have been an also ran for me. I mean, I enjoyed the movie a great deal, but I don't know that I'd throw it up the top. And then they've got Forrest Gump, which is an awesome movie. The Unforgiven. What about Outlaw Josie Wales? Uh, I could sit here and name off movies forever. I even like Avatar. Did you ever see Avatar? The
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a good movie, didn't you think?
Yeah. It was great.
With a little electronic delay on that one.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, okay. So Tony viewed this. Welcome, my friend. Says that Tim Conway died Tuesday. That's how far out of the loop I've been. Well,
Wow.
rest in peace, Tim. Do you know Tim Conway? Do you know what
I
he did?
think he might be a musician, but I'm not sure.
No, actually, he was a comedian, and he probably hit his heyday in the '60s and '70s. Um, then I don't know what happened to him, but he was on the Carol Burnett show. Do you know who Carol Burnett is? It's a
Yes.
Oh, okay, good, good. Yeah, and he was one of the cast members on that variety show, that comedy variety show. So what brings you on the show tonight?
The top 10 movie list.
Mm, I want to ask you what you thought of that list, but I'm sure you haven't seen a lot of those movies. Am I right?
No, I haven't seen any of them.
Any of them? Not a one?
I mean, I've seen Jaws, but that's about it.
Oh, okay, okay, yeah. Jaws is a good one. Uh, I'm trying to think of any others. I mean, you could watch Mr. Smith Goes to Washington for sure.
I
Uh, you could probably watch there's a tiny bit of nudity in Excalibur. I don't think there is in Saving Private Ryan. It can get pretty gory though, when the war scenes. We got limbs blowing off and things like that. But you seem old enough to be able to handle something like that. But I'm not your dad. I'm not your mom.
apparently the rule is no rated R films.
No radar. Well, that's a great rule. I knew Adam would be that kind of dad. That's cool. That is cool. And I think all of those, well, with the exception of Mr. Smith Goes to Washington, I think all of them are R and above, or they're just R. They used to, don't they have several different ratings now in the R um,
At least
category?
Jaws PG.
Oh, okay, okay. Well, good. So, do you have a list of your top 10? Is that what you're here with? I'd love to hear it.
Hmm.
All right, cool. I'd love to hear it.
You might like the first one. It's called Ready Player One.
I haven't even heard of that one. Who's in it? Do you remember?
I don't know any of the actors, but it's like all about 80s and 70s
R-
characters, throwbacks.
Ready Player One. Well, while we're
Yeah.
talking about these, you can go ahead. Let's see. Ready. I'm just going to look them up. See if I'm just not remembering the actual. Yeah, I have not seen that. But it's kind of like a futuristic gamer sci-fi thing, isn't
Yeah.
it? Mm-hmm. Cool.
with a lot of 80s, 70s, and 90s references.
Oh yeah, yeah. Well, see, I might even put. Have you seen? I don't know what it's rated. Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yes,
Have you?
we definitely.
I love that movie. I probably should have added it as well. See what I mean? It never ends. But pardon me just for a minute. Emmanuel, welcome to the show. Says also, yes, Doris Day I actually heard about. I did not hear about Tim Conway passing. Sad to hear both of them. Ed, how you doing? If I didn't say hello already. And Patty Broussard, good to see you. Okay. All right. So what's another one?
The second one is Lion King.
Ooh, Lion King. Lion King. Did your dad put you up to that?
It's my favorite hand-drawn animation.
Oh yeah, yeah. Well, I'll tell you why. I thought maybe your dad had heard me talking about Lion King when my son was growing up. That movie just went to VHS, and I watched it 1,000 times.
I haven't seen it for a while, and I still have Hakuna Matata stuck in my head.
I bet. Well, what do you got for number 3?
Incredibles 2.
Incredibles 2. I haven't seen either one of those, but that's probably a really good choice because I've heard a lot about them.
And number 4 is the original Incredibles.
Oh, it is? So you're a big fan.
Mhm.
Awesome. Awesome. Just a second, Kyle. Dano, how you doing? Who else? I just see were somebody talking about Magic Jones? Thought maybe he was in as well. If you are Magic Jones, welcome to the show, my friend. Okay. So number 5
is a movie also with the 80s references, Pixels.
Oh, with Adam Sandler.
Yeah.
Yep. I've seen that. I actually liked that movie. That movie gets kind of some bad press, but I enjoyed it. Except the ending. Except the ending. What did you think about the ending, that Kubert thing?
It wasn't great, but it was funny.
Yeah. Oh, I also forgot. I'm watching the. Is he premiere? I'm sorry, Kyle. Is he premiering Lion Sleeps Tonight right now? Because that would suck. I want to see that premiere. I think he's actually got some guitar work to do to it. But I forgot all about Little Big Man, and what's the other one with? That's okay. So what's number 6?
Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse.
Where does that fall into the whole Spider-Man thing? Do you know? Because they've made 100 of those things.
It really doesn't fit into any storyline, but it has my favorite version of Spider-Man.
Your favorite version of
Alice.
Your favorite version of Spider-Man?
Yeah.
Very cool. Very cool. All right, what's the next one on your list?
Avengers Endgame.
Avengers Endgame? Cool. I haven't seen that one either. I don't know if you've gotten it just, or if you picked up on it yet. I'm just not. I'm not a big superhero movie watcher. I don't know why that is. No, I've seen a lot of them. I've seen Iron Man, like maybe 1, 2, and 3. Not any more than that. I've seen a couple of the Thor. Was it Thor? Asgard and all that. Yeah. Gardens of the Galaxy, of course. 1 and 2. Oh, I forgot about 300 too. See, we could sit here and name movies all night long. But I don't seek them out. I've seen actually the original Spider-Man, maybe another one, a couple of the Batmans. That's just not a movie genre that I like, but I'm glad you do. Those seem like right down your alley.
If you've at least seen a couple of our videos, you know that it is.
Oh yeah. Thanks, Adam. Yeah, appreciate that, dude.
That shape plug was bought solely to you by Kyle. I'm not trying to
That was awesome.
All day at school.
You got me on that one. I was watching your Star Wars ones today, though. Literally just today, the Star Wars reviews and thoughts. Seriously. So there.
Thanks.
All right, what's up next?
Nightmare Before Christmas.
Oh, wow. I wouldn't have guessed that that would have been in your list, because I like that movie too. It's well, it's a Tim Burton classic, right?
Yeah.
He goes really dark with with the whole thing, and I love that. So, wow, that's cool. That's cool. Well done. Let's do we have any more?
Star Wars, The Force Awakens, and The Last Jedi. Both on number 9 because those are tied for me.
Tied for 9. That's cool.
Yeah.
That's absolutely respectable. I myself, I couldn't get into the, after the trilogy, it was hard for me to get into the other ones. They seemed like totally different movies, and I was okay with that because they weren't bad. Except for who was oh shoot, who played Anakin when he was an older.
I really don't know any of the actors.
I
We
bet
have
you-
scripts for the videos, and that's about it. So I learn names for 1 minute, and then I leave them for the next.
Yeah, I bet your dad does, because it wasn't a Christian somebody or other. Somebody in the chat will probably tell me. Hey, Mike Van
What was
Duzy.
the actor of Anakin?
Yeah, who ruined Anakin as a teen young man?
Hayden Christensen.
Yes, Hayden Christensen. I hate sand. It's so coarse and it gets everywhere. He just blew that whole movie for me. All right, so your Big 10 is.
Toy Story 1, 2, and 3.
Oh, wow, a 3-way tie for first. I got to give you that, man. Those movies are cool. I dig those even at my age. Very, very nicely done. I'm not joking with you. I literally
After
did.
you watch them, every time you look at a toy, are you actually living or not?
What's that? You're cutting up, kind of.
After you look at a toy, after you watch those movies, you're like, are you a toy or not? Can you build yourself, or can you not?
Well, I talked a lot of things, but not my toys. Oh wait, I don't have any toys, but oh, I know, right? Just to see whether or not there's any truth to that. That's what makes those movies so well done. I mean, they pull that off really, really well. Even Brad says, Toy Story, awesome. There's a car in here at work that is Toy Story themed. Oh, wow. I wonder what that looks like. We're going to have Brad.
See that now.
What's that?
I really want to see that car now.
I know, right? Brad, you're going to have to take a picture of it, dude, and bring it up on the air sometime so we can see it. That sounds pretty cool, actually. Darth Vader did. I don't know what they're saying, but photos are one. Yeah, I bet they are, Brad. I bet they are. Well, that's cool, Kyle. I'm so happy you came on, and you've got a pretty darn good top 10 list, I must say.
New videos coming out on Solo.
There's the shameless plug. Hang on. No, go right ahead. Talk all about it.
I really don't know what else to say. For watching
No, thank you.
video calling show.
Say that again. You're cutting.
Subscribe to me.
Yes, subscribe to crap my dad makes me watch, please, and of course, yeah, I should have been at the ready with the shameless plug on that one. Well, you did a wonderful job putting together that list. I do appreciate you coming on, Kyle. I really do.
Well, thanks for having me.
No problem, and you're welcome back on anytime. I try to keep it clean, and your dad knows that. So I'll knowing that you're in the crowd, I'm gonna even try to keep it cleaner. How's that?
Okay.
He's going to bed.
Oh, he's going to bed. Okay, so then it could get blue. Who was that? Who was it? That comic that did that? It gets a little blue after 11 o'clock. All right. All right, Kyle. You have a good evening. Rest up, do good in school,
Thanks, Jim.
and we'll see you again, buddy.
Bye.
All right, bye-bye.
That was fun.
Let me mute the mic. Okay. Yes, it was fun. It absolutely was fun. Thank you, Brad, for dropping the link. Thank you so much. Appreciate that. Yeah, they are awesome. That's why I was looking at them today, because you know, it gets so tough to find time to actually watch videos. And I have, you know, I'm a list guy. Here, let me show you something. You guys won't believe this, and this is kind of a screenshot of what we were just talking about. But you see this in the center here, I've got a list, not the movie that I was looking at, but I've got a list of all the things I was going to talk about, and then I've got, you know, all sorts of other show ideas and things, and I literally have a list of channels to really jump in. I should have deep dove Kyle there, but I've got an entire list of channels that I'm just dying to get deeper into. I always try to watch a few videos right off top of the bat if it piques my interest. But I always know that I want to go back. If I subscribe, I always know that I'm going to go back and I'm going to, you know, really get into them and whatnot. Who knows? They might come onto the show. But again, the video lines are open. If you guys want to jump on and tell me about your favorite movies, or tell me how many I got wrong, because you guys were coming up with some fantastic movies, and I've thought of at least a half a dozen since then, and it's unbelievable. Chrissy says another night to do a best movie series or trilogy. Tonight. Oh, and Drone King says I have a funny story on 300. I actually really liked 300, and I can watch that damn thing all the way through. As you know, if I were to just happen upon it on a Saturday afternoon or something and nothing else was going on, I would watch the whole thing. Yeah. What else? Yeah, Anakin Skywalker. Yep. I don't know what other movies you guys mentioned, but man. Oh, David the producer here. How you doing, David the producer? I didn't see you, bud. Terribly sorry about that. I'm actually scrolling back up. It looks like does it look like I'm looking at the chat for you guys? Dano, did I say hello, Dano? Welcome to the show, my friend. Yeah. Let's see. Yeah, I'm telling you, there's no shortage of material for a show like this. No shortage whatsoever. It took me a long time to come up or to narrow it down to that list, because I have so many. You know, one of the best movies ever made. I can't remember what the hell it's called. Rosebud. Oh my Lord, am I drawing a blank? Somebody help me out with that. Hey, Was Blind, how you doing? Welcome back to the show. Oh, what is that that movie? For love of Pete, what was that movie? Oh, it's gonna kill me. It's just gonna kill me. But it's usually touted as one of the best movies ever made. Orson Welles did a fantastic job in filming, editing, and starring in that movie, and I love that. I don't know that I could watch it at a drop of a hat, because it's something you got to fall into. Another one on the eclectic side is Eraserhead. If you guys haven't seen Eraserhead, what door is in the way? The door is this way. Citizen Kane, thank you. Crap, my dad makes me watch. Oh my God, I thought I was going to just have a heart attack, not being able to figure that one out. Yes, Citizen Kane. Oh, and the Birds. Birds is a good one. Vertigo is a good one. Oh man, just so many. But I don't want to hear about it in the chat, guys. You got to come up. Otherwise, I'm going to cut the show short, because listen, tomorrow I'm going to the Meekum car auction with Jim Murphy of Muscle Car Appraisal. He's already in Indianapolis. He's settled down at his hotel. In fact, I'm sure he went all day today because he's there when they open, and he's there until they kick him out. Apparently you can't keep Jim Murphy away from auctions. So, oh, the Dirty Dozen. Yes. Oh, Inglorious Bastards. I love Inglorious Bastards. And I even like Back to the Future trilogy. There are just so many. Stephen King movies. I'm hot and cold. Love Christine. Absolutely loved Christine. But what was the one where Emilio Estevez about the trucks that were going wild? That one left me flat. Cujo, that one kind of left me flat as well. Haven't seen it yet, so don't spoil that. And I definitely want to because I understand that's one of his better ones. But yeah, tomorrow I'll be at the Indianapolis Fairgrounds with Jim Murphy all day long, and I'm going to try to get in front of the camera. You see that shirt right back there? Wait a minute. Here we go. Oh, right there it is. See that shirt hanging up back there? There's 3 of them actually. The one I'm wearing has got my channel icon on the back. And of course my YouTube link. And I'm going to try to get in front of the camera. So you guys will have to watch the Meekum either YouTube feed because they're live the entire time the auction is up. They're live, or when it airs in your locale. Look for your old buddy Jim with his face plastered on the back of a white polo. Oh yeah. And my boy, he said he's going Saturday. I'm not able to go Saturday, but he said he's going Saturday, and I've got another shirt for him, which is just a logo. I didn't want to have to paint him with wearing my face on his back. But if he wants to wear it, he can wear it. Champ Works Garage. I don't know if he's in the chat at all. I haven't seen him, but that's my son, and if he doesn't want to wear the shirt, that's cool. Unlike in Brenda, Canada, how are you? Welcome to the show. Thanks, Brad. Brad's been my biggest marketer here. He's been throwing those out there, and it's appreciated, guys. We don't make much off that merch, but it certainly helps. It certainly helps keep the show going because this takes a lot of time and takes me away from some work that oh, thunderstorm. Yeah, you're getting the thunderstorm that just left us, man. It was brutal. Tim Yonce actually was not here tonight because apparently he's out of power, and I think there was a tornado touchdown near his area. He's on the north side of Indianapolis. I'm on the south side. So yeah, Scary Movie was pretty good. Dances with Wolves. I loved Dances with Wolves. I even though this movie gets panned, I even like Waterworld, to be honest with you. You do work cheaper than Nightbot. Nightbot has cost me more than you can imagine in pain and suffering. And that's all I'll say about Nightbot. All right. I cannot look at you. I can't see your microphone just yet. Check the lower left interface there. And while you do that, I will update my okay. I see it now. I see it now. All right. And now let me unmute you. Well, this is a surprise of all surprises. Can you hear me okay? I can't hear you. You've got to choose a different mic. I don't think that one is working. How about, well, in a moment, give that one a shot. No, oh, okay. Now we're good. All right. You can hear me okay, right?
I can hear you just fine.
Awesome. I can hear you. Oh, look at that. All right. Stand by, Jason. All right. Give me just a second here. Well, like I said, surprise of all surprises. How are you doing tonight, Jim?
I'm doing just fine, and how about yourself?
I'm doing great, man. I am doing fantastic. How are you enjoying your stay so far in good old Indianapolis?
Well, considering I was indoors at the time of the crazy thunderstorms, I'm doing just fine.
Oh yeah, yeah. Oh man, I didn't even think of that. Did all the cars have protection?
Yeah, everything's indoors here,
Yeah.
so everything was just fine.
Oh, good, good, good. Yeah, I know they tinted up and whatnot as well. So that's great. That's great. Well, it's good to see you, man. I did not expect to see you tonight.
I just rolled into the hotel room after getting back from the auction, and on my ride here, I figured, might want to check in on Jim and make sure everything is a go for tomorrow. And I caught maybe the tail end of one of your comments, and you were talking about the shirt behind you.
Yeah. Did you see it?
Yes. Yeah.
I got one for you too, Jim. It doesn't have my face on the back, but it does have a breast pocket logo.
And ironically, I have shirts for you.
Awesome. Awesome.
Even got your name on it.
What? Oh, that's too cool. That is too cool. Well,
I figured if you rejected it, I can always bring it home and wear it myself. Not only do we wear the same size, but we share the same name.
that's one of those. Well, if you don't want it, I know somebody who does. The bowling ball named Homer.
I figured you would. Let's see. How am I going to do this over here?
Oh, let me just go full screen with it.
You're gonna have one of these?
Yeah. Very nice. Very nice. Now mine's not embroidered. I screen printed mine.
They even spelled this the right way.
Oh, that's awesome. Because you know how that can get screwed up.
Yeah, it's such a hard name to spell.
I know. Well, I'm definitely looking forward to it, man. It's gonna suck getting up that early, but I'm okay.
You'll bounce out of bed with anticipation, I'm sure.
Oh, for sure. Oh, for sure. Because I know what I'm going to be looking at. And there have been a lot of people that said we ought to try to go live right from the venue. And I said, well, Jim might.
Yeah, that'd be interesting.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
That'd be interesting. Yeah, I just caught that you were going to try and get yourself on camera. I have a client that I've inspected a car on his behalf here at the auction, and he's very interested in buying it. Now he just has to determine what he's willing to pay, and I would bid on his behalf. Hopefully have the winning bid and buy the car, and then we have an agreement.
So he's
how I get reimbursed for buying the car, and I'd be right on stage on camera.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And it depending on how long you stay, the car is number 266 for the day, so it's going to run fairly late. Maybe it could be as much as 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock, depending on how much time they spend on the previous cars.
Sure.
Every day is a little different, but if you were standing next to me, your face would be plastered just as much as mine right on television.
I'll have to alternate shirts. You know what I mean? I'll just carry one around, and then and I'll flip the other one on.
What we should do is take them and split them down the middle at the seams along the side. Sew them back together, so you have my name on the front, your name on the back, and then all you got to do is just twirl around a little bit, and
I'd be willing to do that.
Best of both worlds.
I'd be willing to do that. And I don't think that's too late. I got all day except for the show tomorrow night, and so I figured I was going to be in for the long haul at least till about 6, 7 o'clock.
Okay,
sure. Yeah,
that's great. I usually stay until they ask me for the third time, sir. You really need to leave.
Well, that's why
the place down.
That's why we're driving separate, right?
Yeah, 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 I do literally get thrown out of the place. But 2,000 cars, and I try and get my eyeballs on just about everything. I take notes as far quality, condition, options, paint, body, uh, what shows where, what shows brand new,
Mm-hmm.
what shows is aftermarket versus OEM, things like that.
Mhm.
And then I'm able to pull results as to what the car sold for. And it just helps me build my database. So, when I do an appraisal on a customer's car, I'm actually able to compare apples to apples.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yep. Yep. Yeah. I mean, that makes smart business sense for you. And not only that, but insight in mind, right? So they see you, you get to hand out some business cards, get to talk to some important people. Yeah, these got to be great for you.
Yeah, oh yeah, walking around with my name on my shirt gathers a lot of attention.
Well, I promise not to impersonate you. Because we'll be apparently walking around in identical shirts for a while, won't we?
Yeah. Yeah.
No, that's it just sounds like whole lot of fun, Jim. I'm really looking forward to it.
I had a blast today. Made some new friends.
Cool.
Saw a bunch of really nice cars. And tomorrow could be even better.
Mm.
Get this ugly mug right on national television.
That's my line. Yeah, exactly. That's so cool. That's almost a Wayne Carini sort of approach, isn't it? Is he a remote buyer? He's not going to be there.
No, he's
Absentee.
he does pop into a Mecum auction every now and then. He knows the people here. They know who he is. He knows all the NBC guys.
Oh, cool.
Personally, on first name basis, but because of his contractual obligations with the network that his show is on, he's kind of not supposed to be on NBC. So,
Yeah,
I
I know how that
them,
works.
I see them off in the background, off camera, chatting with each other.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. If what Jim's talking about, if you've ever seen any of the oh shoot, what was the Will Ferrell? I've gotten so many movies in my brain, I can't think of it. Anchorman. If you've ever seen Anchorman and you've watched them kind of be separate but together, in other words, they all know each other, they all have conversations together, but they never do it in public if they can help it, all of the on-air personalities, and it's because of their contractual obligations, right?
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, what they don't want. What's
Never
that?
saw the movie.
What's that?
Never saw the movie. So.
Oh, you didn't see Anchorman?
I get it.
Yeah, you got to watch Anchorman sometime. The first one, I didn't care too much for the second one, but the first one was damn funny. And Wisco Style says he wants to go. And Drone.
Tell him to call Captain Kirk and get himself beamed over here for tomorrow.
Yeah, you got to transfer. You got to transport, man. And then Drone Kings wants to know if he can get a shirt if he changes his name to Jim. Well,
absolutely.
He's got a million of them.
What size do you wear?
Yeah, what size do you wear, Jim? The new Jim.
I heard you mention your son might pop over on Saturday.
Yeah, he said he's going to go Saturday. Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
Tell him to contact me.
Okay.
When he arrives, I'll get him in with my pass. Just he's got a promise, as do you. If you raise your hand to buy something, you got to pay for it.
Oh no, I know all too well the auction mystique. Yep.
I know that I owe you a dinner, a big one with dessert, but I didn't quite think I owed you a car.
Damn it! I thought that was in our contract, Jim. No, yeah, I will. In fact, we can talk about that tomorrow, and I'll text him your number if you don't mind, and then we'll get you guys hooked up. I don't know what time he plans on going over, but yeah, I know he'd like to meet you.
Yeah, I'll be there first thing in the morning. I'll be there all day, so whenever he strolls in, no matter where I am on the premises, it's not that far of a walk to get out to the main entrance, but I can get him in.
Cool. Very nice. Very nice. Gym to gym to gym.
Yeah.
Well, Jim, man, you better get some sleep. I know I'm down here in about 10, 20 minutes.
Okay. Well, you're going to beat me to it. I don't sleep much anyways.
I don't either. I say that, but I'll probably be up until midnight again. It's a pattern for me.
Yeah. As my daughter used to say when she was a child, never wanted to go to sleep.
Yeah.
Sleep is boring.
I think my
It's
boy
much
is
more fun to be awake.
I think my boy has said that exact same thing when he was younger. Well, yeah. So, what, 7:30? Because you're fairly close. It's not much of a drive from where you are to the fairgrounds.
No.
And
Quick.
yeah. So I figured I'll be there probably about quarter after to 7:30, and we should have plenty of time. And I'll text you to find out what area you're in, whatever exit or your car, wherever your car is, so I can be close to your car.
Okay.
And so you rented a car while you're here?
Yes.
Okay, good. It wasn't that great Challenger though, was it? The V10?
No,
Oh,
no,
man.
I didn't go for anything fancy. My time in the car is minimal.
Yeah.
I think it was about 12 or 13 minutes to the venue today. I'm 17 miles from the airport, so not much of it. And once I get back, I got paperwork to do here. Just way too busy to go out with a fun car and harass the people in the local area.
I hear you. And this is arguably the worst month to have a hot car in Indianapolis because of the 500.
Yeah.
Because everybody thinks they're a race car driver in May. Believe me.
I can imagine.
Yeah, it gets stupid, and you see a lot of cherries on the side of the road with some idiot in front of them getting a ticket. Well, all right, Jim. Like I said, I'll be there around quarter after 7:30, and we'll head over there and have a great time. I'm going to let you go so I can get Magic Johnson on for about the next 10, 15 minutes so I can get to bed. If you don't mind.
Not a problem. Looking forward to tomorrow.
Same here, man. Thanks for coming on.
All righty. Have a good evening.
You too. We'll talk to you then.
Very good. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye, everyone.
All right. I'm going to ask to start your video, Jason. I'm gonna hide. There we go. Perfect. Good evening, sir.
Is it raining out there?
No, I don't think so.
Oh, sorry. I was talking.
No, it's pretty dry. Oh, hey, hi. Wait. Let me edit the title and you can get her back in here.
Yeah, totally raining out there. You guys running like crazy?
No, it's not like.
Yeah.
There we go. Oh, geez, my spelling is atrocious. All
Okay.
right.
So is it this mic this time?
Yeah, it's your sure
Is this
SMB.
one?
Yep.
I'm guessing that it keeps the settings of it where it was before.
Yeah, sounds good, man. How are you?
Oh, so good, Jim. How are you?
Dude, I'm great. I'm great. I'm a little worried about getting to bed on time because you know how it is after you get off these things, you just you got to unwind and
True.
But other than that, I'm ready because this is going to be a fun day tomorrow.
What's going on tomorrow?
Oh, you didn't get to listen to the show? Actually, tomorrow we're going to the Meekum auction. I just had the guy I'm going with, who is Jim Murphy from Muscle Car Appraisal, a YouTube channel, who came on very early in my YouTube career. And we did a whole half hour. It was one of my only full interviews, right? So I wanted to talk to him about his business. He wanted to talk about his business, that sort of thing. I'm a motorhead as well. So I was really into that. And over the past few months, I've been helping them a lot in from a technical aspect because they want to go live like every Wednesday, and they had some equipment struggles that I've been helping them through. And Jim, as a gesture, and I also ran one of their live streams because the first one they didn't have the equipment. They didn't know it until it was 11th hour. So I went ahead and ran it like I've been told, telling people that I do for my clients. And as a gesture of thanks, he said, well, when I come up to Indy, I'll buy you a hell of a dinner and get you into the Mecum auction, and we'll just we'll spend a day. And he was just on. He live streamed from his hotel room.
Okay, so yes, I did see that, but I've got to apologize. I about halfway through, and I know I'm going to slaughter her name, but Patty Broussard.
No, you got it. I think that's right.
Yeah, Patty Broussard. Well, actually, I think it was Adam
Mhm.
that Patty and I should do a collaboration in the chat. And I was like, oh, okay. And so I asked Patty a very dumb question. It turned out to be, I was like, hey, can you record your instrument in high quality? And right after that, I clicked on her channel and was listening to her channel. And it is amazing.
I know, right?
I was like, this is gorgeous.
Can you
I
imagine?
literally could listen to that all day long.
Oh, I know. It is one of the most beautiful sounds ever. It's a departure from the harp.
Yeah.
And it just has that edge to it. I love that. I've been trying to get Patty on for months now. God love you, Patty. I mean, she's faithfully here a lot to watch my live streams, and I think she was looking to get a better mic or something. But I want Patty on the show.
She really doesn't need a better mic if that's what she's saying. I venture to guess that is a like an out that she has to not. I don't know. I don't want to put words in her mouth. I don't want to speak for her, but my gosh, Patty, it is amazing. And this is coming from a guy who has spent the last 5 years recording people in a recording studio all day long, every day. And the sound is fantastic. I listen to it through my Atom A7X monitors in my treated control room, and it sounds brilliant. You have no excuse. You have no excuse.
Well, not only that, but she is not camera shy. You've seen her videos. She is not camera shy.
Yes,
So, Patty, but still, Patty, no pressure on. Oh, Ed, take care of yourself, bud. I know that storm is a bear. He's got it moving in on him right now. It just passed us maybe 2-3 hours ago. So I know it's going to hit you hard. Hunker down, my friend, and take care. We'll talk to you soon.
Yeah.
What scares you, Patty? Says, oh my gosh, that kind of scares me, Magic Jones. What could possibly scare you? She's great on camera. That instrument sounds fantastic. And if your microphone handles that, let's assume that it's not a built-in mic. You know how some like accordions or violins will have.
You told me that it's a Zoom. It's an R8 Zoom, and that's yeah. It is. It's not a super high end. It's not a professional piece of equipment, but it is really good. I mean, I would say it's a prosumer piece of equipment, but it's whatever she's doing is working, and that really. I mean, the only thing that matters is the end product, right?
Oh, absolutely. And that's got to be one hell of a nice prosumer mic then.
Oh yeah. It's good. I actually used. I've got the H5, the Zoom H5, and I used that to record a 120 person choir in a gymnasium, and it turned out fantastic. It really did. So,
Oh, we're talking about the Zoom personal recorders, the cross condensers.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I've got a Q3 that I used to record our live shows with. The Zoom Q3, which is the video camera and condenser mics.
Oh,
Yeah,
awesome.
love that. I for some reason the Zoom didn't click with me. I was thinking of this Zoom.
So Patty says, I am assuming that she's referring to why she was scared. She says listening through those speakers, and dude, Patty, I'm not blowing smoke. Not blowing smoke. I tend to be not brutally, but precise in my critiques when people show me stuff, and I can't help it. Just sounded beautiful. Maybe if I had to critique it, maybe the bass end was just a little bit too prominent. It was coming over the high end just a hair. But I mean, that is really nitpicking. Really nitpicking. Otherwise, man, it's just professional. It's pro grade all the way.
Yeah, and let us not forget that most people don't have the ear that you have, right? I mean,
Well,
when you say that, what you're saying is most of you folks that just love music and listen to it and haven't got not an audiophile, you're
Yes.
not even gonna know. And
Not
and
at
that
all.
and there's
It'll sound
nothing
like
wrong with that.
the professional recording you listen to. Let me put it this way. So if you like that kind of music, like ambient, like harp, or any type of like what are those mallet things? I mean,
The xylophone?
Xylophone, but not that. It's
Oh.
wooden.
Oh, I can't remember what those are. I know what you're taking. Yeah.
Right on the tip. If you're into that kind of music and you're listening to stuff that is, and you're listening to other music that has been professionally recorded, and one of Patty's songs came in, you wouldn't notice a difference in quality whatsoever.
Right.
Whatsoever. So
Right.
you're absolutely right, Jim. And I did not plan on talking at all about Patty when I'd logged on here. Just I totally believe that where compliments are due, it's, why not spread some kindness, and hopefully Patty's feeling good about what I'm talking about, because it's just sincere. It is like I just loaded up her site right here. It put up just started playing the first thing that she had, and it was like my audiophile senses just went crazy, and I was like, this is gorgeous.
Brain blown.
Yes. Exactly. So I've got to thank you, Jim. Thank you for becoming my first subscriber on Subscribestar.
Oh, dude, you're welcome. I told you I was going to.
That is so freaking awesome. Thank you so much.
Not a problem, dude. Not a problem. One of your fans, I don't know if she wants me to go public with it. I don't imagine she would care. Became my first Subscribestar subscriber.
Really?
Yeah. No prodding, of course, and that was just awesome. Just awesome. Wonderful gal.
Right.
You know her, and she's a wonderful gal.
I know
you know who she is. Okay.
That is awesome, and she's amazing. She's like my sister from another mister.
I heard you say that. What was the last night on that?
Yeah. It was just really, really, really cool. So thank you. And I've got a question. After you subscribed, was there anything that they gave you, like a message or a welcome or?
Yeah, I don't have that up. I mean, it's of course they're going to tell you that your credit card is going to be dinged, but let me see. If I go to my Gmail, I'll tell you exactly what it told me.
I appreciate that.
Sure.
I don't think I was able to set any of that up. It didn't ask me. I don't know if it asked you to.
No, it didn't ask me either. No, just an invoice. Yeah, and of course your picture's on it.
Cool.
I'm not going to call this up, but and who I'm subscribing to, which is Magic Jones Music.
Awesome.
And this electronic invoice for your subscription to Magic Jones Music is available now, so I can actually go and see that. Not that I need to.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. That's all I wanted to
Sure.
know. I'm going to send them an email on how to improve their service and see if they take me up on it. But
well, it would be awesome if they actually took constructive criticism, wouldn't it, or suggestions?
Yeah. Well, what I offer my subscribers is basically a link to a page that allows them to download any of now 112 songs that I've written over the years.
Mm-hmm.
And it would be cool if they could allow me to, upon subscription of any tier, just send them a welcome message, hey, thank you, and in there include the link to the site where they can go and download all the songs. But there was nothing like that.
Nothing like that. Well, if nothing else, if it does exist, maybe they can point you that direction and then make it easier for other people to find. That'd be nice.
Agreed.
Yeah, but you're so welcome. I mean, the library alone is worth a subscription, to be honest with you. So I can't wait. Because what I do, and I don't know if you do this, if I don't have a set list that I'm trying to lay down in the memory banks, I'll just throw my phone on random. It'll shuffle through all the stuff on it. I have nearly all my music on my phone.
Gotcha.
And I can't wait to hear those pop into that playlist.
You are warming my heart, my friend. That is amazing.
No problem at all. Oh, you know what? You might be interested in this as well. Are you familiar with the band Omarosa, with an E, Omarosa?
Ben Amorosa?
Yeah. Yeah. And you guys would too. My nephew is the lead singer of that. You should hear those pipes, dude.
Dude, I'd love to.
You should hear those pipes. And they should have a, YouTube channel, just Amorosa, just like it sounds.
AMOROSA?
No, E.
AMEROSA?
Yep. Yep.
Amorosa. Sweet. I will I'll look that up. I'm very much into supporting good people, right? And I am assuming, since he is your kin, that he falls squarely in that category.
Well, his dad's a drummer too. I think I told you that.
Boom.
My brother,
Better.
he's so much better than I am on the drums. Of course, he started much younger than I did.
Mhm.
But yeah,
I'm waiting when that day comes when you're actually going to share your percussive talents with the world. What I'm expecting is for you to be this absolutely dumbfoundingly amazing drummer who is just so shrouded in modesty and humility that it doesn't come out. I could be wrong, but I've known people like you.
yeah, I know, but don't bill me that highly. The buildup
We
is,
are what we are, right?
yeah, I know, and like I said, the buildup is far greater than the practice. So, yeah, well, you'll find out one of these days. I'm not a bad drummer. I'm not going to say that I'm a bad drummer. I can keep time like crazy,
Nice.
and I've got, but I have a limited amount of chops. You know what I mean? So I never studied rudiments, which I so should have, and
Mhm.
and
Me
as what's that? You didn't either?
No, I never was trained at all in percussion, and just recently, because of YouTube, I even know what rudiments are.
Oh, really? Yeah. Um, well, I knew of him because of my brother and well, his father was a drummer as well. I forgot all about Mel.
Dang.
Yeah, he's still around, as a matter of fact. Yeah, I mean, he was an old jazz drummer, and he loved his cocktail kits.
Right on. Right on. That is cool.
Yeah, in fact, it was my inspiration. I thought, well, shit, I'm tired of being buried behind a bunch of guitar players' asses. I want to get up where people can see me, because I was singing some songs too. Oh, here's the thing. You'll dig this, Jason. You will dig this. I can remember playing some really big shows, like when we were playing the St. Patty's Day shows in my Irish rock band. We had some great sound people, because fortunately I didn't have to run sound, but it'd be these tent parties with anywhere from 5,000 or 500 to 2,000 people. Great, Oh, and we would have people just hopping because other than that, they've got a bunch of guys up there with tambourines and kickboxes, just or stomp boxes, singing old Irish tunes. We would rock them up, so everybody, they get drunk, they just rock. But anyway, I'd friggin' go to sing, and he would like not notice that it was me singing, so he'd still have me down at a backup level. So so I'm having to yell, and by the end of the night, my voice was just gone, gone. I had about 3 songs in the in our St. Patty's Day set, and it was like, damn, you're killing me, dude.
Yep. I don't realize how much the engineer has to do with the final sound on a concert or a venue.
Yeah, and the funny part about that is that he's very talented. I've known him for many years, but it's like he forgets.
Of course, yeah, they get doing their own thing, and they're not paying attention. Everything else sounds great, and then you come on mic.
Yeah, and the funny part about it is, the last show we played there, I want to say about 3 or 4 years ago, the last show we played there, I played my cocktail kit, and he turned my mic up when it was my song.
He turned your mic up when it was your.
When I was singing, he'd have my mic at the right level. He was riding me like you should do for any vocalist. If they don't know how to back off that mic when they're screaming, then he was riding me. Mm-hmm. And it's like, oh yeah, when I do know how, but of course there's times where you just go off, but it's his job to make sure that doesn't hurt the crowd. And I forgot why I brought that up. Why did I bring that up?
I don't know, because we're both musicians.
Yeah, that's it. Oh, I know. I was talking about chops and rudiments.
Mhm.
So I've never developed a drum solo. I've just never gone down that road. None of our shows required it.
Yeah.
And I've studied because of it. So, it may be some basic stuff, and of course every song that I would learn it verbatim, because it would kill me for those hooks. Those fills are hooks, and I had to do them right.
Yeah.
I guess what I'm saying, I'm just not the best improviser. How's that?
I gotcha.
Yeah.
I
Okay.
gotcha. No,
Okay.
I'm pretty much the same. And to be honest, if I had to, and I've never had to, thankfully, because I am one. But if I were to hire out a studio drummer, one of the first questions I would ask is, "Can you play to a click?"
Yeah.
And you know what? No matter if he sends me, or he or she sends me a demo CD of just crazy chops and technical stuff, and this person can't play to a click, all of that goes flying out the window. It does not matter if you cannot keep time. You have no business behind a drum kit, in my opinion. I really don't.
No, I totally agree. I totally agree. And for those of you who don't know what he's talking about a metronome click.
Yes.
Think of the old TikTok on top of pianos, but now it's electronic.
Yeah, no, it just goes into your headphones, and it's brilliant. I love it. It's weird for me to play a gig without a metronome.
Oh, really? I never played gigs with it, but the electronic kit's got one built in, so
Yeah.
I've always got that on when I'm just trying to do some things. You
Mhm.
can't do it with recorded music though. Have you ever
Yeah.
noticed that?
Do
You can't play a click track
record.
to a pre-recorded when you're trying to learn a song, someone
Yeah.
else's song. I found that most of them don't keep that good. The later ones do, obviously. The
I was
drummer,
gonna say, you're playing to like 60s and 70s stuff, right?
exactly.
They don't keep
No,
There
no.
very few. There was one that I loaded up to do a cover of, and I was blown away because I knew that they had no means of doing it to a click, and it was surprisingly solid, and I don't remember at
Oh,
all.
really?
But yeah. Later now, I mean, anything mid 90s and on is all done by a click.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
all like mathematically
Yep.
perfect.
Yep. Yeah.
Which,
So that's that's something I'm very familiar with. But man, when you go to learn songs, you kind of throw that out
mhm.
because of that.
Yeah, you just the song becomes the metronome.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
Then it becomes kind of frustrating when your bandmates can't keep time.
Oh, so now that here, let me bring this up. This is why you bring the metronome in. If you've got bandmates that don't know how to play to a metronome per se, then if you're following the metronome, they should be following you.
I know. And
It's
even if I'm not following a metronome, they should still be following me.
that is exactly right. The point of bringing the metronome in is then the fault or the bickering can't land on you because you're just following a piece of software. That's my way of deflecting, and it has taught a few of not any current band members, because the bands I'm with now are fantastic, but previous band members, they learned really quick. I'm not moving. I don't care if you are completely off. I am not moving from this click. We're getting too technical for this show, aren't we?
Well,
I mean,
we are kind of.
honestly.
But we're past an hour, so we can talk about anything we want to.
Well,
This is
you had a bedtime. We need to.
This is bonus time. Well, yeah, I actually do. I am just exhausted. I worked all day today, and on not this stuff, but this stuff for someone else.
Yeah.
And so yeah, I am, dude. I am exhausted.
Appreciate what you're doing. Let me come on here and just shoot the breeze with you is just awesome.
Well, yeah, anytime, man. It's a lot of fun for me, obviously.
Yeah. Yeah. So I've got one last question.
Oh, sure. Ask away.
What is your if you could get any drum kit that you wanted, money's no object,
Oh,
or would you make your own? I mean, you've already made your own, so I guess.
yeah. That's the easy part. Well, that's funny you say that, but I'd really like to make an all wood kit.
What kind of wood?
Oh, I'm partial to the birch sound myself.
Mhm.
Yeah. I like the ring of it. The maples are a little bit deep.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah, and so I would probably the first kit that I would literally build out of, and we're talking about a bend steam and all that, and maybe a stave snare, because that I could make tomorrow if I wanted to. Would be, yeah, probably out of birch. Yeah,
Wow.
and
Right on.
it,
Go on.
Oh, it would just be a fusion kit. But you know, the DWs that you have, I really, really want a set of DWs, a nice set of DWs.
It's been awesome. Before my DW, I played a Gretsch, Birch. It wasn't. It was. I'm not. I don't think it was a Catalina. It may have been, but I played that for 10 years, and I just got so sick of the poppiness. I wanted a little bit of that depth that maple gives, and so I sold it and
Yeah.
and W, and I love it. I love it. I kind of am getting to the point where I'm missing the poppiness. I mean, it is the maples are super super deep as you as mentioned, but
Yes, yes, they are, and even deeper and crappier sounding when you take the bottom heads off, like we all did in the '70s.
yep.
Remember that big old Ludwig set I was telling you about, my first kit?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh, bottom heads, we don't need those. And it was the big rock kit too. So, you know, what was it? 16, 14, 12, you know,
Yeah.
it was the kind of kit that made you lust after rototoms.
Oh yes. Yes. Dang, dang, dang.
Oh man, yeah, and I like that sound too. That's why I made my kick drum so big in my acrylic set, because I love that boom. And
Yeah.
I tell you, those acrylics are they sound fantastic.
I've never in my life played one.
Oh, you should, and because you can get a boom or a pop out of them, just because of the way they resonate. Yeah, you tighten them up, and they'll pop just like a birch set. But if you leave them a little bit loose,
Yeah.
they'll boom like a maple set.
Huh.
So try
Yeah.
one sometime. Tama
I
makes a good one now.
who does? Tama does?
Yeah, Tama makes one. And who else was? Well, Ludwig has reissued the Vista lights, but they're ungodly expensive.
Yeah. Yeah.
And there's a couple.
Like a Ludwig, but they're all crazy, crazy.
Yeah. What about you? What if money was no object? What kind of drum kit would you want?
So right now, well, it would probably be unless man. So here's the deal. I've found and you may have found the same, maybe not, but the price of drums can only go up so high and still increase the sonic qualities. It becomes just, you know, the novelty
Yeah.
of like exotic wood or an amazing looking kit or a huge kit where there's a billion pieces or so I've got the DW that I've got is the performance series, which is it's just a step lower than the collectors. And so, man, for price, I had a guy bring in an oak kit once. It was a Yamaha oak, and it sounded so unique. But
Yeah.
whether I don't know. I've been so pleased with my kit that you know, I've never even considered, you know, pie in the sky. What would you buy if price for no option? So
I hadn't. Yeah, I hadn't either until you brought it up. I had to scramble for something.
way better than I do.
Okay. Let's revisit this for a minute. If money was no object, I would want John Bonham's original Vista Light kit. How's that? Boom.
Yeah. Yep.
Can you think
That would be it.
can you think of a more iconic or valuable drum kit? Nope. Does not exist.
Maybe one from Neil Peart, but I don't even know which one. But even then, man, I watched some of the tracking videos that somehow made their way onto YouTube
Mhm.
of Bonham, like his original tracking sessions for these songs. I am dumbfounded. I am just at the clarity, and I mean it's got to be like 90% the drummer. It's got to be 90% Bonham. He's just so precise yet full of humanity. I don't know how to describe it. That's why Led Zeppelin was who they were.
Yeah.
Every single one of those musicians is on the same level of just wow.
Yep. My thoughts exactly. Yeah.
That's a response.
I wish I'd have thought of it earlier. Outdoorsy Gal says, Jim, what about Neil Peart? Neil Peart is one of my idols. Somebody asked me, I think it was David, the producer. He said, if you could have anyone on, Connections were no object. How's that?
Yeah.
I said Neil Peart. The guy's a friggin' genius. If you ever watch any of his interviews, he's not only is he just a professor behind the kit, but the dude could be a professor. I mean, he's brilliant. He reads all the time. You mean, when most bands were going through groupies like like Jolly Ranchers?
Yeah. Yep.
No. Neil was reading off in his own little world.
He was in the back room reading a book.
Yeah, exactly. He's reading Tolstoy.
I haven't seen any of his interviews, but
oh, you should. He talks like he drums. It's literally a shotgun, man. I mean, he's a really fast talker.
Wow.
Yeah, and he's and like I said, he's got a vocabulary that would make so many people just feel inferior.
Right. I'll have to look that up. I've watched almost all of his solos that he's together, which are mind-boggling.
I got another question for you. Have you watched any of the "What Makes This Song Great" series by Neil Beato?
Yeah, I have.
Or was it Neil?
I haven't watched any of
Rick Beato.
Rush's.
Yeah, I just watched. He was talking about Limelight. Just watched that last night. Killer, just killer. Yeah, Rick Beato. If you guys are interested in knowing how songs are put together and why, and time signatures and mastery of the instrument, because he finds the original tracks and he'll break them out.
How does he do that?
I don't know.
How in the world does he have access to the individual original tracks of these amazing, ridiculously popular songs?
I don't know, but I'm listening to Geddy Lee sing a cappella for Limelight.
Oh, I'm doing it.
It's right so cool.
Yeah.
But there's so many other songs he covers as well. But he also talks about, because you're so big into the musical ambiance, right? So when you're developing the songs you develop, you think about those small details in the background because you have to, right?
Yes.
You're not talking about a 4-piece band here. You're talking about you have the world is your oyster, and you get to insert anything you want to.
Right.
Well, he talks about those things because a lot of the bands that, even if they were 3, 4, 5-piece, they in the studio, you have so much of an opportunity to add all kinds of different nuances and things, and he breaks that down, man. I love that. Big plug to Rick Beato.
Yeah, he's something else. He is. He's got to be like. How do you say this? As you mentioned, as you say, a professor of music theory.
Yeah, he's a musical savant, man. He'll play the guitar parts. He'll play the bass parts. He'll play, and I'm talking about the solos. And oh god, it's like,
why don't we hear the music from Rick Beato? Or am I missing something? Is he a part of a band or something?
I don't know. I've never known any band that would have said, or that I would think that one of the members is Rick Beato.
Yeah, me neither.
Now I have one of his drum covers.
Yeah. He's a drummer too. I didn't know that.
Yes, he's a drummer. You watch. I haven't seen him play the drums, but he literally does the licks in the air exactly as you're hearing him on the breakout tracks, and it's like, oh, you got to be kidding me, man! Wow. Not only that, but wait till you watch this video and the Rush one in particular, and he starts talking about the chords that Alex Lifeson plays on this.
Right.
These chords, or I should say notes, are 4, 5, and 6 numbers long. I don't even know what they mean. I didn't even know they existed.
Playing chords that just shouldn't work.
Oh yeah, wait till you see it. Your jaw drop. Well, maybe your jaw, because you know more about it than I do. Maybe your jaw doesn't drop, but I'm like,
oh no,
how is that a chord?
No, the only thing I know on guitar are power chords, really. And if they're not power chords, then I have to. I mean, you've seen me.
Yeah.
You just piece them together. I'm like, these 2 notes are good because I've got it in my head of how it should sound, but I'm not talented enough or skilled enough to put them together. So I actually will play 2 of the notes, and then 2 more of the notes, and then maybe 4 more, and then just piece together this motif. But these people who are just crazy good at multiple instruments make me want to.
Was it you and I that were talking about watching those kids play instruments?
Yes.
And yeah, just makes me want to crack my drumsticks over my knee and say, "Whoop, that's it."
Curl up in the back corner there, fetal position, and
Oh yeah,
just
yeah. Sob.
question
question my existence on this planet. It's it can be such a mind screw.
Jim, I could talk about this all night, and I am totally fine. But I know that you are
I know.
tired.
All right.
And-
Well, I appreciate that, my friend. I do. And yes, we could talk about this all night long.
Oh, really? I a room with you with drum kits and musical equipment around. That would just be awesome, dude.
Oh, it would. It would. And that would be fun for me because one of my fondest memories, my fondest drumming memories was not playing out to those crowds or even playing to some tabletops. Was my brother, he lives in Florida. And we're still close, but we don't get to see each other that often. I actually had 2 drum kits set up in this room right here at one time, and he just happened to be coming up for some reason. It was not coordinated, and he and I got to play the whole afternoon face to face, right? Because I had them facing each other for some reason. He's a left-hander and I'm a right-hander, so everything we did was mirrored at that point. It's really cool.
That is cool.
Taught me some stuff. It was just fantastic. I can't wait to see him in June. We're going down to Florida to see him. So yeah, but that's one of my fondest drumming memories ever.
As many shows that I've played, I've gotta say the same thing. Me and a fellow musician, his name is Jesse Crowley. He's actually the second half of a band I'm in called Tiny Boats. We went around and he's a really good songwriter, and he and I produced up this show where it's just he and I. He plays an acoustic guitar and I'm on my box drum or a cajon. It's a Peruvian.
Oh, dude.
You know what I'm talking about. Yeah. And so
I build them.
we put together this string of 17 living room concerts, like cottage concerts is what we called them. And it was just him on an acoustic guitar and me on a cajon. And we sang these Christmas songs to living rooms that were filled with friends and family of whoever was owning. And those are some of the best shows I've ever done. It is so amazing when you get intimate with people musically that are just up and close, and it's all there's no metronome, there's no nothing but hands,
yep,
hitting wood and strumming. Just something about that. Just
I know.
some coolest thing ever.
Absolutely. I've done some backyard parties that way.
Yeah.
Yeah. Of course, it was drum kit because I didn't build cajones at the time, so. But anyway, they were real close, up on you and whatnot.
Yeah,
I've got a great design ready for a new cajon that no one's ever seen before.
So you've designed cajones.
Oh yeah, I built them, but this one I designed from scratch, and it's apart from the some of the dimensions, it's virtually the same, but it's more than that. And of course, the market's probably going to be. I'm sorry, what?
Nothing. I just was saying shrouded in mystery.
Shrouded in mystery. Well, I'm hoping to take it to market when we're going to work out all the pieces that I want to work out.
Right on.
And I'll give you a hint. You'll get this, but the one thing that bugs me about the cajon is you can't use all 4 limbs that easily. I mean, I know people that do for whatever reason, but this one is designed for all 4.
Oh.
Ooh, intrigued.
Yeah, one thing I do is I strap shakers to my calves with duct tape. Not duct tape, masking tape.
Duct tape. I want to see that.
I've got my my feet going up and down and shaking these shakers that are kind of impersonating a hi-hat of sorts to the kick and the snare of the cajon. I don't know. To see what your design is would be pretty darn cool.
I've seen people do that a lot. They'll actually rig the pedals with either tambourine or blocks or things like that.
Yeah,
just have a pedal there as well.
Yep.
Well, very cool. Thanks, Jason, for letting me get to bed, man. I appreciate that, and for the wonderful conversation.
It's been a pleasure. It's been an absolute pleasure. So
we will.
Keep on working the good work, my man.
Oh, I'll try, and be looking for me there on the boob tube.
You got it.
If you guys, I'm serious about this. If you guys, that those of you in the chat as well, if you actually see me on that feed, if you decide for some weird reason to watch the Mika Auto feed tomorrow, see it, tweet that out, just for fun.
What's it called again? Meekum Auto Feed?
Yeah, the Mika Auto auction.
Meekum Auto Auction. What
Yeah.
was that again? The Meekum Auto Auction?
Mm-hmm. Yep. MECUM. They
MECUM.
yeah, they have auctions all over the country, and they always come to Indianapolis during the 500. And these are the muscle cars that that are, you know, anywhere from 30 to $1 million, 30,000 to $1 million. Yeah. Oh yeah. And even
Ooh.
more. I think the highest one was about 3 million, and that was for one of those old Dodge Daytonas, like the 70 Superbird Daytonas.
Oh,
Superbird, yeah. I'm gonna get a shot for not getting that right, but I'm not a Dodge guy.
yeah. No worries.
So yeah, guys, if you see that, by all means, that'd be fun if you and we'll talk about it tomorrow night, I'm sure.
What time is it starting?
Well, it starts at 9 a.m. tomorrow, and it runs, or no, 8 a.m. tomorrow, and it runs like all the way up to 9 p.m.
Got
So-
you. Your involvement.
I'll be there all day, and
So we don't know when you'll be streaming.
I'm not going to be. I probably won't stream, but what I'm talking about is they have cameras everywhere, and they live stream it themselves. And
Gotcha.
and you see these shirts behind me right there.
Oh yes, yes I do.
I've got
The
one
mic
of
kind of in the way.
yeah, I've got one of them with. Oh, there you go. Whoop.
There we go. There we go. Yes, what you are seeing is a shirt behind there.
Well, I've got the breast pocket logo, the Video Call-In Show logo, and then on the back of mine, I've got my channel icon. You know, the big face of me doing that
Gotcha.
that sort of
Yes.
thing. And then, of course, my YouTube channel link.
Fantastic. That is fantastic.
And I'm with Jim, who is he's a registered bidder. Jim Murphy from Muscle Car Appraisal is a registered bidder.
Yes.
And I'm going to be shadowing him all day. He might go live because that's his thing. It's probably not right for this show, so I probably won't go live tomorrow. But we might on his channel. And yeah, they, like I said, they have cameras everywhere. Not only do they broadcast it on national television, but they also live stream it all day.
I
And,
see.
and I'm not asking you guys to watch it all day, believe me, because it could get
Oh,
it could
I'll
get
hop on.
ponderous, man. It's ponderous. Nobody knows what that's from.
I know I've heard it.
Casey Kasem.
Really?
Yeah.
40?
Yeah, top 40. It's like, are you going to effing... Every time I do a dedication, it's right after a death. Are you kidding me? Are you effing kidding me? It's ponderous, man. Ponderous. That's a very horrible Casey Kasem impression. But
Right on.
okay,
Right.
look at me. I can't shut up.
I'm fine, dude.
I know. I am going to go. I am going to go.
I appreciate you, man.
Hey, appreciate you, dude. And we'll catch you on one of your next live streams.
For sure. We're going to be releasing the one that we've been working on, the Lion Sleeps Tonight. We've been working on it for about a week and a half. Finished the song today, and I'm waiting for a solo from Frozen Fury, who's another YouTuber who's a great guitarist. If you haven't, look him up. And as soon as I get that solo, we'll put together the music video, and then we'll have a release party. I'm so excited. This one turned out really good too.
It did. It did. I haven't heard a guitar solo any more than you have, but I've been following it. I think I've made about 3/4 of your videos on it. So,
Right on.
and I missed the
Hey,
drum one, of course.
My daughter came here and told me I'm needed upstairs, so it's a perfect segue.
Hi, honey. I can see her, but no one else can. Here, let's go to the. There we go. There she is.
All right, well, we're gonna head upstairs. You keep on fighting the good fight, my man.
Hey, same to you, my friend. We'll talk to you later.
We'll do.
Bye.
Bye.
Like I said, guys, I'm really looking forward to the premiere on that because he was right. Frozen Fury is one hell of a great guitarist. He's got his own YouTube channel, and I wish I knew how to spell that off the top of my head because it's not just Frozen Fury. There's some numbers in there, but maybe Magic Jones can, or let's see who else is in here. Gypsy Heart. Maybe you guys remember what his name is and drop it in the chat. How you doing, Team Enigma? Good to see you. Did I miss anybody else who'd popped in while that was going? I hope not. Listen, guys, Like I've been saying for the last half hour, I need to get to bed. I got to get up early, head over there. It should be a beautiful day now that the storm's passed through, and I'm really looking forward to it. Going to spend all day with Mr. Murphy and from the Muscle Car Appraisal, having a great time looking at some fantastic automobiles. As a gearhead, I'm going to be in heaven. So thanks everybody for Gypsy Heart Entertainment. I didn't say hello to you. Check my email. I will, hun. I absolutely will. Thank you. She's working on a banner, so we'll get to that real fast. American Gold Prospectors, how you doing? We'll see you. Listen, guys, thanks so much for being here. Thanks to the guests tonight. We had a fun group. Kyle and Jim and Jason. You guys are fantastic. Thanks so much for coming on the show. Thanks to all of you in the chat. I love you guys. You make this all worthwhile. I do appreciate it. For those folks at home who are watching this after this video is processed and in the books, so to speak, I appreciate you hanging with us for this last hour and a half. And I want to leave all of you with this. Remember to treat others the way you want to be treated. If we all did that, this world would be a fantastic place. With that, I bid you farewell, and we will see you live.